Hi everyone, this is Alexia. I am from Malta and I will be your new host for the 5 episodes where we will be having English speaking guests for our English speaking audience. On these episodes, I will be inviting experts from all over the world that have made the special move to Malta, and hopefully, you will be able to connect with our conversations as much as I will be, and hopefully, to also serve as an inspiration for those that are thinking of making the big move to my home country, Malta. So, on today's episode, I have a very, very special guest, Vicky. Vicky, please tell us a bit about yourself and most importantly, where are you from originally?
Hi. So I go by Vicky. I've been here actually like 1 decade already.
Wow. Wow.
Yes, I moved here like 10 years ago because I met someone. Ah,
It's always the story,
it's
isn't
always
it?
a story. First of all, I actually don't know what is Malta. I did not know that it was a country, literally. So basically, you need to start from somewhere, not
Yeah.
knowing. And I'm originally from Thailand.
Oh, wow.
I was born in Bangkok. Then I grew up in the Netherlands. Then I moved back again to Thailand. I graduated, did a bit of work over there. Then I decided, I'm not satisfied, let's go somewhere in the European Union. That's all I want. And then I met someone who actually, he's half Maltese, half UK, half British, so we end up here. My first job here was basically a waitress,
Oh, wow.
hostess.
Okay.
You can't choose much. You
Yeah.
just need to go with the flow. It is what it is, right? And then I was thinking to myself, man, I'm much better than this. I want to be better than this. I don't want to be like this. Then I started applying for the job. So in my case, I have two citizens, so the Dutch citizen and the Thai citizen, and I also know Dutch. And that's when I got into the iGaming industry.
Like
It's
everyone else in Malta.
like everyone, the career starts at that point. I start as a Dutch customer support.
Okay.
And yes, it's a hard work. Definitely hard work pays off, right? I've been in this industry ever since, to be honest, and I'm currently head of customer support.
Wow.
I
Look
work from a
at
very
you.
well-known company. I'm very proud to be part of this company as well. And yeah, it's about hard working,
Yeah.
sweat, blood, tears, oof,
Yeah.
everything. Ambitious,
Yeah.
ambitious, and that's what it keeps me here in Malta. It's more of my career. The focus is majority on that part. Life is different, definitely.
Yeah.
It's not something that keeps me going. The island itself keeps me going. When I first came to Malta, man, obviously this is something new. It's not the same
Yeah.
like in Thailand.
And it's on a much smaller scale as well. Was that a shock
Definitely.
for you?
It was a shock for me. It was definitely a surprise for me. Everyone is so chill, so chill. And everything is slow.
Yes.
And
That's
then
true.
I kind of get not used to it. I accept the island. This is what it is, right? You can't expect the same stuff that you have in your own country to be the same in other country. So first I did not like it. The bus for me was a nightmare. What can I do? Well, get my together, wake up early, to be on the bus stop, to go to work before time, yada yada. Then I start to, drive, take the driving lesson here in Malta. They said if you're able to drive here in Malta, you can drive
Anywhere.
anywhere.
Yes.
Yes, girl, I did it.
Look at her.
I did it, and very independent. It gives you so much freedom as
Yes.
well. But then, you have additional car on the road.
Yeah.
Well, yes, I have to.
But unfortunately, as good as it gets in Malta, when it comes to public transport, we need to be honest, it is not necessarily the best of options. It's there, it's mainly free to use, which is really good. But of course, if you
Yes.
depend on a bus to be on time for work, it's sometimes risky business. So
Yeah.
I do understand why you opted to getting your own car. And also you're being more independent as well.
Definitely.
So, and also you can pick your friends up. It
Oh,
would be a
yes.
fun drive.
Oh, yes. Yes.
So, yeah, I do understand.
So that is how it goes. But right now, I'm actually making a move to a different location, different country.
Oh,
I'm heading
okay.
to Panama.
Oh,
Yes.
nice, nice.
Crossing the whole continent.
Yeah,
Definitely for those people that would want to come to Malta, please come, experience, but also respect and accept this is the island, this is the culture they have. Don't set high expectation, right? Go with the flow.
exactly.
If you complain, Mela, why you here? It's simple as
That's
that.
a very healthy mindset as well.
Yes.
Because, of course, you visit a new country to experience something new. And of course, if you're not happy with that experience, it's a free world. We can go
Exactly.
to anywhere we want, anywhere we'd like, if we want to make it happen. I mean, look at you. You made it happen in Malta. You started from nothing.
Yes.
And now you're head of customer support. So I would love to congratulate you. And I hope
Thank
this
you.
serves as a motivation to those that actually want to make the move. Let go of everything, leave everything behind, and start from scratch. I myself did it once in my life. I moved for 2 years nearly in Ireland. I left everything behind, started from scratch, came back to Malta, started from scratch again. It's a scary move.
Yes.
And with that comes to my next question that I wanted to ask. I know you made a lot of sacrifices
Yes.
along the way, but what was the biggest challenge for you to get yourself to where you are now at the present moment?
I believe it's the mindset that you have, right? You need to accept yourself first, what you are, who you are, where do you want to grow, and from here, I have that ambitious to be a better self of me every single day. This whole 10 years here was a very big journey for me. I feel that I evolved myself from a girl to a woman, and I definitely take pride on that. Right?
You should.
So
You
yes,
should.
I've been married. I got divorced here, all here in Malta. It all happens here in Malta. Definitely, it's about. It's not about more of the sacrifice I make. It's more about what I want to achieve in this life. And I happy? Oof, absolutely. Every single moment, the decision that I'm living in right now, I'm so, so happy. And it's not about sacrifice, let's say, let's put it that way. It's more about accepting, admitting,
Yeah.
and where do you want to continue from here? What is your ambitions? What is your goal? Definitely for me, being here for 10 years, like I said, I learned a lot to be a better version of myself, to grow within my career, and to keep continuously improving, be the best version of me. And always have that positive mindset, always look at the bright side, balance, right? So it's all about the mindset, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was a very inspiring thing to say. It is all about the mindset and, having goals in your life.
Yes.
And the way you looked at this move is, why did I move here? What can I make out of it? What can I take away with me when I get to leave? And you have 10 years worth of beautiful, bad, sad, happy experiences,
Yes.
but they made Vicky the Vicky I'm saying here. So
Thank you.
that was
Yes.
such a very inspirational
Yes.
speech. Now, this comes to my next question. Were there any moments during these 10 years where you felt like this is home? Where, you're like, is this home? Is like, were you trying to figure out if you kind of have that sense of belonging, or if you've never experienced it? And if you did, what did it feel like?
Definitely, definitely. When I was work, I also travel. I love to travel to experience, something new in other countries. But then the moment when I finish my vacation, and I know I need to fly back, I knew I'm flying back home.
Oh, wow.
I'm flying back home to this little rock where I call home. And when I'm actually in my apartment, I feel like this is my home. I feel at peace. Even though I'm going to Panama, I will always come back here because my home is here.
Oh, wow. That's a
At the
very
end of the
strong
day,
thing to
the
say.
home is here because I've been living here. My heart, my soul was also built from here. Like I said, Malta made me become the best version of myself, and it all starts here. And I'm very appreciate and grateful for this journey here in Malta, basically. Yes.
Wow. That's beautiful. I mean, you found yourself in Malta, so I do
Yes.
understand why you have that part in your heart where
Exactly,
you'll always have a space
definitely.
for this
Definitely.
country. That's so
Yeah.
beautiful. And hopefully, this is inspiring those people that are scared to make the move. It's not easy, it will never be easy, but surround yourselves also with people that will push you and will guide you as well. That's
Definitely.
important. I
Yes.
think the biggest impact in such moves is having people that understand you
Yes.
and can inspire you, same as
Definitely.
what you are doing here
Yes.
with us today. So yeah, on to
Yes.
the next question. So, how do you feel in this community? Do you feel welcomed? How do you interact with the locals? How do they make you feel when you go to, let's say, local shops and there are like the villagers, like the proper Maltese locals?
Well, I live in the south, right?
Oh,
So I
just
live in
like
the
me.
south,
We're about in the
and
south.
Sapar.
Oh wow. Okay,
Yes.
okay.
And, you know, before you want to expect something from someone, definitely start with yourself first. Go in a shop with a smile, be nice, be polite, respect them. They are not your slave, first of all. Everybody have a life to live as well. So everybody is sweet. Some of them will even try their effort to speak English with you. Like some of them, in Sabah, it's very hard for me to find someone that those people that are speaking like us as like an expat, but overall they're nice. If they're not nice, well, hello, this is the whole world. There are nice people, there are not nice people.
Exactly.
Why would you want to focus on those people that are not nice to you,
Exactly.
right? Next, move forward, focus on the nice
And
people.
also with that, I have a thought as well. Some people can not be nice based on experiences.
Yes.
And I feel like in Malta, there are some people that perhaps are not as nice to foreigners as the rest. And most of the time is because they have a bad experience.
Yes.
And sadly, they associate every foreigner with that bad experience.
Yes.
So my suggestion is always still be nice to these unfriendly people, because you're basically planting a seed, and that is the seed of a new mindset, a new way of looking at foreigners. Because looking at you, I can't not want to talk to you, even though you know what I mean. Even if I had a bad experience, but the way you're approaching even these questions and the way you approach people around you, even in Zabar, you would want to make people talk to you and hear you and listen to your story and create a friendship or
Yes.
so it's all about the approach, and as you said, it's all the mindset as well. So
Yes.
yeah, very well said.
Thank you.
This comes to another thing I wanted to ask. If you could go back to when you first arrived in
Yes.
Malta, what advice would you give yourself?
If I would ever want to go back, to be honest, I would not advise anything because you just need to go along with it, right? I'm happy to be here. I'm happy with all my struggles here because without that point, it will not bring me to where I am right now. And again, we are reverting back to that mindset. What I would definitely would want to advise the audience is that just go with the flow. Create that opportunity to experience a different area, different environment, and face it, overcome it, walk through it. It will bring you to another steps where you meant to be, where you wanted to be. So I will just remain the same. Just go with the flow. You don't like, you adapt yourself. If you can't adapt yourself, go back. It's only moving forward. There's no backwards. Yes.
And now that you've been in Malta for a decade,
Yes.
is there anything that's a part of the culture that you grew to fall in love with?
For me, it's more about the people I
Okay.
know, right? The people that I'm working with as well. So we're working a lot with a lot of foreigners. We're also working a lot with the locals. They're fun. They're fun. I'm telling you,
Yes,
they're
they are.
fun. And their vibes and everything is just different. So I'm very grateful with all the Maltese I cross path with. For me, they are nice. And the culture itself, right? These fireworks here. Oh,
Yes.
definitely. Definitely. This is something that even in my country, we don't have it, on a
Okay,
regular
okay.
basis in the summer. This is something very big thing for you
Yeah.
guys, for this island itself. And it's just amazing how you guys as the country keep this tradition ongoing for like forever. And it's something I find it the beauty in it because that makes the island unique,
Yeah.
right? Because this is not what we have in my country or in many of, I don't know, other countries. Let's face it, I never know of any other country. Definitely, I can say that for Thailand, we don't have this type of feast every summer for every city, with the fireworks and everything. But here you will always find something unique
Yes.
about it. And that's the beauty of this island. Yes.
It's funny because there are very mixed opinions about fireworks in Malta. Some don't like them. The majority does because, as you said, it's tied to our traditions and
Yes.
it's what makes Malta Malta at the end of the
Exactly.
day. And we do throw beautiful shows
Yes.
of fireworks in summer. They happen weekly for the whole summer. And even in October, I've seen some
Yes.
fireworks going on. It's like we don't want to let go of them. But that makes me happy to hear you that it's something that fascinates you.
Yes.
It's nice to see someone appreciating the culture as a Maltese person. And something that means a lot to me
Yes.
because as Malta, we've lost a lot of our culture. Obviously, when you move forward, you let go of certain things, but it's good to hold certain traditions.
Definitely.
And the firework shows for me are one of the best traditions we have in Malta. Something that when you see them, you instantly associate them to this tiny island in the
Yes.
middle of the Mediterranean.
Yes. I can definitely say that some other countries, they're waiting just for the new year to see fireworks.
Exactly.
Here, you can witness that the whole summer. I do understand when you say that there's some mixed feelings about it. Some like, some don't, especially for the pets. I have a dog as well. It's just depend how you train them, how you surround them. My dog doesn't give a about fireworks.
Same as my
She does
dog.
not
Yeah,
feel
yeah.
anything, whether it's firework or not. As long as she's with me, I comfort her.
Exactly.
She's fine. So it depends. It definitely depends. But for me, I found it a very beautiful. It's the culture, and you guys should keep that. Never let anyone take that away from this island.
Yeah, hopefully we'll have them with us forever. but we'll see.
Okay.
Another thing about our culture or tradition, your favorite Maltese dish, if you have any.
Sausage.
The
Sausage, I
Maltese
mean sausage. Sausage.
Do you mean the Maltese sausage?
Yeah, it's flavorful, to be honest, with all the herbs and spices.
Yes, it's so good.
Definitely.
And
Yes,
it goes well with nearly every dish. You can throw
Definitely.
it on a burger, in pasta, with anything,
Whatever.
really, whatever. And it's so rich in flavor that when you add it to a dish, you don't necessarily need to season the rest of your food because it will do the job.
Exactly.
I love that. Do you
Yes.
like pastizzi?
But stitzy, definitely. But since I'm not a big fan of cheese, so I try to avoid that part of cheese. But then the pastry itself, definitely
The crunch,
crunchiness. Yes.
We're on the same boat, sister. That's so good to hear. Actually, after this episode, I was thinking it's gonna be a Maltese-based episode. So why wouldn't I take myself out to a pasticci date? And that's what I'm gonna do after here. So I'm
Nice.
excited for that. So yes, now that you're moving,
Yes.
how are you feeling that you're leaving this, tiny gem?
Well, since I have my apartment here, right, like I said, Malta will be always my
Always home.
home, so I will always come back. I feel excited and I'm so ready for, for a change, for new environment, new energy, definitely new people, different continents. So it's all about excitement, exploring, accepting the new world over there. But I will never forget Malta. I just can't. This was part of my life.
Yeah.
10 years is definitely not about one or two. I have grown a bit of my root here. I have my good friends here, good colleagues. I've been surrounded by a good people, which you can always choose to be surrounding with, right?
Yes. And that's why it's also important to surround yourself with the right people,
Yes.
because they will make your journey not necessarily easier, but better
Pleasant and pleasant.
and
Definitely.
pleasant. Yes. Going back to inspiring our audience that are perhaps thinking of making the big move.
Yes.
How was your experience when you announced to your family or your closest members that you're gonna move from Bangkok
Yes.
to Malta?
They have no idea, like, where is Malta? What is Malta? So, and then they're just kind of like, okay, whatever you choose, you go for it. I come from a very small family, so I don't need to deal with a lot of dramas, to be honest.
That's good. That's good. We can't quite say the same for the Maltese families because, oh wow, they're never ending.
So it's just like it is what it is. I have
Yeah.
like three aunties, and just told two of them, okay, I'm going. They're very protective. They're always curious. Why Malta? What are you gonna do there? How are you gonna survive? Yada yada la la la. You know, as a mother, because this is the only family I have basically, and I'm just like, don't worry, I will manage. I will manage, and as you can see,
You
I'm
really did
managing
manage.
it.
And how? And how?
And
But also, even the difference in time zone, because, for example, me as a Maltese person who moved to Ireland,
Yeah.
it was only a 1 hour difference
Yeah.
in time zone. Whereas for you, it must be how many hours?
I think 6 hours. Like for example, here in the European, we have daylight. We change hours. Back in my home country, we don't do that.
As we should.
We don't do that. We don't change 1 hour before, 1 hour after, and it's just so confusing.
Yeah.
But it is what it is
Yeah.
here, right? So yeah.
And how for the audience that are coming from such different time zones, how would you kind of, what would be your advice on how to kind of adapt and make it easier to get used to the difference in time zones and even the difference in environment? What would be your, words
Just
of
go,
courage?
just
Yeah.
go with the flow. You know, it is what it is, right? You choose to come here. Basically, you also need to accept what comes with it.
Yeah.
Simple as that. And just go with the flow. Nice, easy. Don't need to think much. The more you think, the more you create that negative energy.
Yeah.
And the more you start complaining, you're not moving out of any of this negative circle.
Yeah.
So just go with the flow. It is what it is. I'm here and I'm ready for whatever comes towards me. Done. The rest is an easy P.
Yeah.
Yes.
And anything you do outside of your comfort zone isn't easy at first.
Not at all.
But then you do it and look at
Ready?
you.
Yes.
You look back and you're like, who was that girl?
Woohoo!
You know, it's so beautiful and so exciting. And personally, I believe that everyone in their life should experience living abroad at least once in their life.
Yes, definitely.
The way you grow and the mindset that you install is so healthy and it's so important because we're used to our comfort zone, especially Malta. It's a tiny island. We got used to the comfort and accessibility we have. And when you move to a different country, even in Ireland, it's not so different. You know,
Yeah.
we're still in Europe technically, but still, it taught me so much. I saw a different way of life,
Yeah.
and I came back with a new mindset. It was a new Alexia, even though it was just 2 years. So seeing you spending 10 years in Malta, now you're
Yes.
taking it to the next step.
Yes.
It's really inspiring. I hope our audience found it as inspiring. I hope our audience also connected with this conversation as much as I did. But Vicky, really, thank you for your time.
Thank you so much for
Thank
having
you
me.
for being so inspiring. And I hope it will encourage those that are a bit scared to make the move to just do it. Do it. We only live once. Life is short. We need to make it exciting. I look at you now, and you're actually getting me a bit encouraged to even maybe myself eventually get to make a move once in my life again.
Yes.
So, before I end this episode, I would like to ask you to subscribe on the button below. We will be hosting multiple episodes in different languages to reach as big of an audience as possible. I will be your next host for the English speaking episode, and I'll see you very, very soon. And thank you for watching.